Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Baharuka Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures, among other things. And salutation to Yakim across the earth for doing his work in sincerity and truth. Shalom. So this video basically want to react also on the thing that this female did, the previous video that I did. I speak about this female that basically she actually went against the men of Great Millstone because of things that we teach. And she also made a comment. She also said, like, we have white people reading, and that shows you how stupid this female is. Because if I take myself for an example, my youngest son looks like a so-called white man because I had him with a so-called white female. When he was born, his hair was dark, dark brown. Then when he get a little bit after a couple of months, his hair start to turn yellow. And even until now, people don't expect me to be his father. But when they see us together, then they can see the similarities. For example, the shape of his nose. We have the same nose, and also the shape of the eyes and the stance of the eyes is identical. His hands, like my fingers, identical. If I look at his feet, the way my toes are standing is identical. It's crazy, So yeah. And that already shows you. And as you see here, I have a picture of a speckled bird. And you got many kinds. This is the blue version. I don't remember exactly the name of it. But, as you can see, yeah, the majority of the color that he has is blue. But he also got yellow and white going on and some orange going on, And that's Israel. Scriptures also talk about it. And I'm going to read it in a bit. But also this, this is what they said about Ephraim. Let me see, this is the book of Hosea, chapter 7, verse 8. Ephraim, he had mixed himself among the people. So that also shows you, look, if a so-called black man gonna, for example, in Vietnam, during the Vietnam War, you got all these Blasians going on, Why they call them like that? Because they were black men having children with a woman from Vietnam, so-called Asian women. I already see that, so many clips, females, you can see that, okay, they're darker, but they have the similarities of the people from Japan, with the eyes and all that, Yeah. And don't forget, the man is the one who has the seed, An orange stay in orange. If I have an orange seed, I'm going to put it here in the ground here in Holland. There will come out an orange tree. If I take that same seed and put it in the ground in China, it still will be an orange tree. It's still going to be an orange tree. So that's the same way with us men. We can, I say that we can, we can make a child of Israel, and we don't need an Israelite woman to make a child of Israel. To make an Israelite child. Simple as that. So yeah, this is the book of, and we were scattered all over, and I'm going to show that also. Stupid female. So Hosea chapter 7 verse 8. Ephraim, he had mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. So if you don't turn a cake, and I remember, like, back in the days, my mother used to make all these cakes, and my parents are from Curacao. And, at certain points, you had to turn that cake. So both sides will turn brown. Otherwise, you would have one side brown and the other side yellow, basically, Yeah. So let me see. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 12 and verse 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. And that's what you have nowadays. Everybody is against Israel. But, the scriptures here said, mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. And there he has a speckled bird, And this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. It talks about the curses. Verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh shall lead thee. So that already shows you that, So we, as part of our curses, we were scattered among all the nations, and that's also, I believe, it's in the book of Revelations, when the angel asked Apostle John about who those were, and he said to the angel, "Thou knowest," like he didn't know who those people were because they were looking like other nations, and Apostle John didn't know, didn't. Of course, he knew there was something with them, but he didn't knew that they were also that they were also Israelites because they were looking like other children. And you also got scripture, I believe it's in Kings or Samuel, I'm not sure, but I remember like I think it's in, I don't remember exactly, but there was one of the prophets. He got angry because our people were making children with the daughters of Moab. So and they didn't knew the language anymore and all that. So he was angry, grabbing them by the hair, the children by the hair and all that. So that's always have been a thing, you know. And as men, we're gonna like women in all kinds of shapes, flavors, and nationalities. For example, Moses, when he went with that Ethiopian woman, Miriam and Aaron, they spoke against it, and the Most High punished Miriam for that. 7 days, took her pigment away, made her white as snow. 7 days she have to slept in the wilderness. She was not allowed to be in the camp for 7 days. Yeah, man. Most I'm playing. So I had a couple of pictures. Let me see. So here you have Blake Griffin, a basketball player, and if you look at him, you can say like how the society calls it, so-called half breed, half blood. In Dutch they say half blood. And but there you see him with his son, and as you can see, his son has yellow hair. You know, and if yeah, you can see to the faces that they look kind of similar. But if you saw his son by himself, you wouldn't expect him. Yeah, for him, you might a little bit, but for example, like this picture here, you can see he got a little bit color, but you don't expect him to have a dark skinned father like that. You see him with his father, and as you can look, like the eyes are kind of similar as his father. And there his mother, she has the so-called red hair, so-called ginger. So yeah, man. You see, it is very clear, man. But a lot of people, that's also a stumbling block for a lot of people. But yeah, nevertheless, this truth is only for a small part of the nation of Israel. The majority of our people ain't gonna get it. They need to be destroyed and come back in the kingdom ashamed. So yeah, I just want to do a short video, nothing too long, but basically got that shit out. People still falling over that. If you can't understand that nowadays, there are so many examples. There are so many examples of men who have a child with a woman. So-called black men, for example, who have a child with a woman of another nation. You're gonna see that the children are gonna look different. And for example, let's say, so now you have Blake Griffin and his son. So his son is growing up, and that's also a thing. Father plants the seed. You are the seed of your father, and the father can reprobate the lineages. The lineage. It goes by the house of the father. The book of Numbers explains that. Slakia. So, for example, if his sons he grows up, and he gonna make a child with a so-called white woman. Let's say he's gonna get a son with a so-called white woman, then his son is gonna look like a so-called white man, 100%. You're not gonna see it. And that's why the scripture said in the book of Romans that to the spirit we know who the children of Yahweh Basham Yahushai are, who the children of Israel are, you know. The spirit, you feel it. You feel it to the spirit. That's what the Most High give you, you know. Spirit of discernment. Let me see. Let me see. Where was the scripture again? Yes, this is the book of Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So you feel it in your spirit, you know. Sometimes you talk with a person. I even got examples in my neighborhood where I live, you know, like across the street of me, you know, lives a dude, looks like a so-called white man, but I know he's Jake. The way he handles himself, you know, the way he used to do things. Now he kind of settled down with one wife, but you know, he was all about, you know, having those dance hall parties and all that shit, you know, looking like so-called white man. All these females here and there, you know. Also, a dude that I used to work with years ago. You know, I think he goes back to Issachar. You know how Issachar likes those shoes with the tall noses, with the big noses. Well, he also used to wear that, and he was always fixing his hair before. You know, he was driving on a scooter, and you know, you were allowed to. You had to wear a helmet. So every time, you know, when we were done working, he was fixing his hair and in the mirror, and then yeah, eventually, you know, out of the dressing room, eventually outside, he have to put on his helmet. So, but still, he wanted to fix his hair. You know, he was always about his clothing and all that. But he looked like a so white man. But I know, to his spirit, I knew like, yeah, he's Jake. You know. And I have one more scripture. This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 1. James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Lord Yahweh Shai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. So that shows you, if you are scattered, if you are down with other nations, as men, you're going to lay down with the women of that nation. You're going to have children that look like that nation. But that also shows you, you know, like the book of Job said, a woman is deprived from wisdom. You know, she's stupid. And that's why a woman needs to shut the fuck up. Be silent, you know. And then you're a woman. But that's a female, man, clamorous. So yeah, with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Baharuka Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Akim across the earth who do this work in sincerity and truth. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.